Hi, I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. So the day that this is coming out, it is my birthday. So I'm 35 years old. 35 years old today. And I wanted to film like just a fun, bright birthday look. So a color that I haven't really used a lot is orange. So I thought I would maybe do an orange look, maybe with a little pop of pink. I'm not totally sure, but I'm going to dive into the Melt Vida palette, and these are some of the most beautiful oranges that I have in my collection, so I think I'm going to stick in there and do just like a nice bright orange look, and maybe pop into my JD Glow Shimmers. I have this beautiful, really soft pink iridescent shade. I hope that picks up. It's got a few shifts. I can't even fully tell, but it's a beautiful shade, so maybe pop that in there as well. But I feel like if this was a non-pandemic year for my birthday look, it would probably more be just like a nice smoky eye or something really shimmery and neutral with like a red lip or something. But since we have nowhere to go, I don't know, why not play with some colors? So I'm going to go off camera, fill in my brows, prime my eyes, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm going to start by dipping into the lightest orange, which is the shade Soul, and just start to build that up in the crease. And I'll just buff out those edges like that. So I have four melt palettes, and I love them all. I have the Vida and the Muerte. I have the Gemini, which is probably my favorite, and then I do have the 421, which came out last year. It didn't get great reviews, but I enjoy it. It's just some nice grungy tones. I will say Melt mattes are some of my favorite. However, I hate all of their shimmers in those palettes. I don't use any of them. I mean, they perform okay. Like if I dip in this Alegria shade, it is really pretty. This is probably my favorite one. But then this green one, it's so scratchy. I don't know, it looks okay, but I just don't really like their shimmer formula. But their mattes are some of the best that I have. So when they released their Mary Jane palette, it looked very shimmer heavy and essentially just a neutral palette, like a very cool neutral palette. I just didn't have a need for it. I mean, not that I need anything. No one who has as much makeup as I have needs anything, but it's a hobby. Alright, so that is that first orange laid down. I'm going to go into the next orange, which is the shade Pan Dulce, so sweetbread. It's just a nice burnt orange shade. And I'm gonna build that up out here and keep that in the crease without buffing it out as high as that first orange. Orange is just not a color that I ever use. So I thought it would be fun to do something different for my birthday look. I'm filming this on Saturday, which is the day that we're going to celebrate my birthday with my family, and then I'll put this out on my actual birthday. I've never been like a huge, like I don't care that much about a birthday. It's not that big of a deal to me, but my last several have been really good. So I met my husband in December of 2017, and my first birthday was that April. So we had been dating for about 4 months, and he took me to Chicago to see Hamilton, which he knew I was obsessed with, and he took me to see Hamilton on my birthday in Chicago, and it was amazing. My next birthday that we were together, he proposed. So that was another really good birthday, obviously. And then the birthday after that was last year. You know, we were mid-pandemic. We were supposed to get married in April, pushed it to the summer. But for my birthday week, we bought a house. It's been a lot of really good birthdays. This year, there's nothing that big, which is just fine. I don't need anything that big for, I mean, 3 big ones in a row was plenty, so. Alright, so there's those 2 oranges laid down together. I think I'm going to go into the lighter one more time and just buff out the edges of both of those. So we're bold and we are orange. So I think I'm going to do a cut crease today. So I will dip into the Juvia's Place primer. I use this to prime my eyes today as well. It works well for both purposes. So I'm gonna grab just a flat brush. I'll probably cut this out because no one needs to watch me attempt to cut crease, but here we go. All right, so I cut the crease. I feel like I want a little more dimension within those oranges, so I'm actually gonna pop into the red shade. It is a beautiful, super bold red. So I'm going to grab just a slightly smaller brush and I'm gonna kind of stick that on the outer corner. I don't think I've ever used this shade. Actually, I haven't used this palette very much at all. I love the Muerte palette and I got that one first, and then I felt like I needed my set to be complete. So not a good reason to buy anything, let me tell you, but I'm really happy that I have this. There's some really beautiful, unique shades in this palette. So let's kind of dip out here with this red. And I'm gonna just pull it through a little bit on the crease. We're just super, super warm toned today. All right, well, I hadn't intended on turning this red at all. I don't use red eyeshadow. So now I'm debating, like I could dip into that Alegria shade, or what I'm more tempted to do is use, I also have this really pretty pink. I do also have the Peachy Rose shimmer from Black Moxy. So that has like a pink shift to it, kind of pink to gold, or go straight up with my JD Glow in the shade Opal, and it's just a really soft pink. So I'm kind of debating between those two. Maybe I'll go in with the Black Moxy Peachy Rose all over the lid, and then I can put that Opal shade kind of on the inner portion. All right, so going in with Peachy Rose from Black Moxy, just with the finger. That is a really, really pretty shade. All right, I'm gonna dip into that red one more time just to blend that edge out a little bit. All right, what are we thinking so far? This is definitely not a typical look for me. I mean, just oranges and reds in general are not something I do, but I like that pop of pink on the lid. I mean, it's very much like a pinky, peachy gold shade, but kind of fun. So now the question is, do I go in with that Opal shade? I think I'm going to. So this is the shade Opal from JD Glow. It's part of the Galaxy collection. I love the Galaxy shades. They're just super shimmery. They look beautiful in the light. So I'm gonna start that on the inside and just kind of pull it through, hoping to keep that kind of peachy rose, but just adding a little bit more dimension. All right, I don't even know if that's really noticeable, but. All right, so that's what we have going on right now. I like it. It's just very different for me. Again, reds and oranges and pinks are not colors I do. So when I look straight on, it looks like the lid is very white, but then when I turn, I can see that pink shift and that gold peep through. So actually, I think I am gonna dip into that Alegria shade and just pop it right out here. Ooh, that's okay, I like that. So not a shade that I would use like as the whole lid, but oh, that just adds some fun brightness out there. It blends nicely with that Black Moxy shade. Okay, I like what that added. All right, so there's what we have going on. Lots of shifty shades. So I'm gonna go off camera, put on my skincare, foundation, all that jazz, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I went in with my skincare, and then for foundation, I'm using the Fenty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. I have shade 2. I've been using this for a whole week now, and I love it. It wears even better than my Uoma underneath a mask, like barely a little wear on the nose, and that's it. For concealer, I went in with the Rare Beauty. I've been loving this. You can see quite a bit used, but it's just a really nice concealer. For bronzer, I went in with the new Patrick Ta. This is the first shade, She's Statuesque. And then for blush, I also went in with the Patrick Ta product. This is the shade Do We Know Her? So it's just a nice kind of light orangey. I thought it went well with the kind of orangey red warm tones we have going on today. I also went in on the waterline with the shade Red Rock from ColourPop, and now we're ready to dive in to the eyeshadows again. So I'm gonna dip back into the Vita palette and start with that red shade and start to build that up on the lower lash line. I always worry about red eyeshadow on me because I'm so pale and then I have blue eyes. So just the worry that it's going to really make me look like I have bloodshot eyes. I don't know. It's not my favorite. But I'm gonna go into the lightest orange here and buff out that red. Then for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with that opal shade from JD Glow. I'll grab a little brush for that. So I just like to put it on the inner corner and then I drag it through a little bit underneath. Right, so I think I'm gonna stop there with all of the eyeshadow. I like it. Again, like I'm not really a red or orange person. I don't feel like it always flatters blue eyes, but I'm going to go off camera and do my liner and lashes, and I'll find a lipstick, probably something bright and fun, maybe red to go with this look, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back with the finished look. What do we think? I really am liking it. I'm not normally a red eyeshadow person, but these oranges, I guess, I'm not normally like an orange or a red eyeshadow person. I just don't ever think it really looks good on me personally, but I like this. I mean, I love the Melt Vida palette, so if I'm going to dive into oranges, it's going to be from here. Yeah, the shades on the lid, these are my JD Glow shimmers and they're all just super beautiful and dimensional. That peachy rose from Black Moxy kind of on the center of the lid, seeing that shift from kind of a pink to gold to peach color. I think it really works. So yeah, pleasantly surprised with how this turned out. I didn't really know what to expect going in, but this will be my birthday look for tonight. So yeah, for an evening with my, bubble crew of my family. For lips, I went in with one of my favorites. This is from MAC. It is the Powder Kiss, which is my favorite formula. It's pretty matte, but not, not super matte, not really drying, but this is the shade 922 Work, Work, Work. So it's just a really pretty red shade. So there we go. Well, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you soon.